Yes, as I told you that in the next session, I will explain you regarding the modern methods of irrigation. But before we go ahead with the modern methods of irrigation, you should also know that the crops which are grown in the field are watered. They need water. And from where this water comes from? Crops grow well when they are watered well, but the water should also be provided to them. From where this water comes? Which are the sources of water? So the crops grow well when they are watered well, and they get water from the rivers, lakes, wells, and even rainwater. See, nowadays, as it is a rainy season, naturally all the plants are growing because natural water they are getting. But if the rainy season is not there, then from where they get the water? From where the crops will get water? So the crops will be provided water from the rivers, through the rivers, lakes, wells, and even rainwater. Now look here, you must have guessed this right. If you are observing the news channel, you will guess this right. What exactly this is? What is it? Try to guess. What is this picture about? Yes, they are dams. The dams. The water is collected in the dams, and this water which is collected in the dams, okay, they are also, this water is collected for drinking purpose as well as irrigation. After purification, we are using it. Now see, this huge amount of water is being stored in the dams. Okay, this water, why it is stored? Rainy season is not there throughout the year. Rainy season will be for few months, but we need water to drink throughout the year, and for that reason the water is being stored. So where it is stored? The water is stored in the dams. Okay, now guess the next picture. Here also this water is being collected. You know where this is collected? In the bunds. The water is being collected in the bunds. The bunds are being made and the collection of water is there. These bunds are usually where? They are in the farms and fields. Bunds. Now see here. Okay. This is a traditional method of agriculture. Traditional means the age-old method of agriculture. Canals. These are canals. Now this canal water is very useful for the crops. Irrigation. Canal water is used for irrigation. That means for the crops. But crops which are getting water through this canal, what is happening to this water? Canal water. Because of the rays of the sun which is falling, the water is converted into water vapor, into steam. So half of the water is gone because of the steam. Some water is being absorbed, seepage of water into the ground. Some water is absorbed into the ground. So what is happening? Two ways. Becoming a steam, that is into water vapor, and some water is absorbed. That means what is happening to the water in the canal? The water in the canal is becoming less, and this less water is provided to the crops, which is not sufficient to them. And that's why modern methods of irrigation are used. So ahead we have to see which are the modern methods of irrigation. The first modern method of irrigation is the drip irrigation method. Now, what do you mean by drip irrigation? Before I explain you this drip irrigation, imagine, you must have seen when you go to the hospitals, when the patients are there, they are given a drip. The bottles, the saline drip is given to the patients. Now this drip which is there, the bottle, the water which is fallen, the saline water which is there in that drip, how it is falling? Drop by drop. Okay, straight away In a flow, it never goes into your veins. In the IV, no. How it is? Drop by drop. Similarly, here also you can see on the screen, there are pipes. See this black color pipes running through, white color pipes running through, and you can see this small coils. These pipes are with holes. These pipes are having holes. Now what happens through this hole? Water is provided to the crops. So through the pipe, the water is provided, and from the pipes are having small holes, and through that holes, drop by drop, the water is being provided to the crops. So this is the modern method of irrigation, that is drip irrigation method. What happens? Pipe with holes, required amount of water drips only near the plants, so there is no wastage of water also. Water is not wasted. Now see the second method. This you must have observed, these sprinklers on the OLPS ground, your ground. Okay, they spray water. Sprinklers are used to spray water on the ground early in the morning and in the afternoon also. So here also you can see the sprinkler. This is the pipe. Through the pipe, water is being transferred, and these are the sprinklers. These sprinklers, they move in a circular motion, rotate in a circular motion, and they spray water. The water is sprayed all over, and you can see the crops will get water because of this spray. It is like a fountain. It is actually, we can say, artificial rainfall. How the rainfall comes? That is natural. Now, because of the sprinklers, you can see the artificial water which is sprayed. So, we saw two methods. One is the drip irrigation method, and second is the sprinkle irrigation method. It makes use of the sprinklers of different sizes that spray water directly. Okay, so these methods are used. Now look here, as I told you in the previous session also about fertilizers. Fertilizers are used when, see, when one crop is being produced again and again on the same land, what will happen to the soil? It will lose the fertility of the soil. It will lose the nutritive substance from the soil. And for that, fertilizers are used. So, if the same crops are grown, then the fertility of the soil decreases. Okay, so what happens? These fertilizers are used to give back the nutritive substance to the crop. It restores fertility. What do you mean by restoring fertility? That means the fertilizers gives back the nutrition to the soil, and that's why fertilizers are used. Now, which are the two types of fertilizers? Natural fertilizers and chemical fertilizers. So we have to see now first the natural fertilizers, and then we will go for chemical fertilizers. So which are the natural fertilizers? Now look here, natural fertilizers are also known as manures. Animal dung means animal waste, waste of animal, or in Marathi, shed, cow dung, buffalo waste, goat waste, all the animal waste which is there will come in natural fertilizers. You can see here. And now green waste. What do you mean by green waste? You all know that we separate the wet garbage and the dry garbage. It is compulsory now. Wet and dry garbage is separated. Now what is wet garbage? When mother cooks in the kitchen, she will peel off the garlic, the peels of the garlic, waste. Onion peels, which are there, onion peels, they are also waste. Then when you peel off the radish, carrot, okay, that waste is a green waste. Or mama will bring spinach from the this market, spinach, palak. So she will separate the leaves, the stalk is thrown. Okay. So you can see the peels of garbage, the cabbage, peels of cabbage, peels of carrot, peels of whatever waste is there, vegetable waste in the kitchen, everything will come under green waste. Okay. So your natural fertilizer is prepared by what? The natural fertilizers are prepared because of this animal dung and green waste. And natural fertilizers are also known as manures. Now look here. As I told you, it is fertilizers are divided into two, natural and chemical. Natural I explained you. Now let us see chemical fertilizers. Now chemical fertilizer, or they are also known as artificial fertilizers. Artificial, man-made. They are a mixture of chemical substances in a specific proportion. Sorry. So now what these chemicals are? Example, now suppose you all love cakes. Okay, you all love cakes. You will ask your mama to bake a cake. So mama says, okay, I will bake a cake, but it should come out well. When it will come out well, it should be fluffy, everything. It should come out well. When it will come out well, when your mother will take every ingredient in proper proportion, proper quantity. When everything is in proper quantity, then only the cake will be baked well and it will become fluffy. Yes, similarly, when it is related to chemical fertilizers, all the chemical substances which are there, they should be in specific proportion, in a proper proportion. What will happen if the chemical fertilizers, the chemicals are not in proper proportion? It will damage the crops. It will destroy the nutrition of the soil. Now look here, as I told you, the peels of the vegetables, carrots, then you can see a peel of the cabbage, all these green waste. What they are doing with this green waste? They are dumping it into a pit. Okay, the green waste is dumped into a pit for a few days, and after a proper process, what comes? You can see here. This is a compost which is prepared with the help of the green waste, with the help of the manure. What is prepared? A compost is prepared, and this compost is natural fertilizer which is used for the crops, which is used for the plants. This is traditional agriculture. Organic manure such as compost is used. This is known as compost, organic manure. And your homework today is, once the session is over, you have to check on the YouTube how the compost is prepared. What is compost? I told you. How it is prepared. The process to prepare the compost. Please check that. So this organic manure compost is being, it is used for the crops. Good quality production you will get when you are using this traditional agriculture. Now, that is traditional agriculture where we use compost, natural manure. But if you want immediate, quick growth, within a no time you want the growth, and you want big production, high production, higher yield, then chemical fertilizers are used. How? Example, when you're very hungry. When you are hungry, what happens? Mama, please give me something, whatever you have now, within 2 minutes. Nothing is there. Mama, please make noodles, Maggi noodles, and give it to me. Quick. You want quick. Why? You want to fill your stomach. You are so hungry. Okay. Similarly, here, chemical fertilizers are used. Why? For the quicker growth. Growth and higher yield. Higher yield, good production. The fertilizers are used. Now look here, what happens? I have explained you over here what happens when you are using organic fertilizer and what happens when you are using chemical fertilizers. Okay, let us see now organic fertilizers. Now see, this is a soil. Now organic fertilizers are mixed into the soil, which will give you organic matter. It will also provide soil nutrients, and in turn the organic fertilizers are also providing plant nutrition. Okay, so you will get good quality crops with the organic fertilizer. Why? Organic fertilizer is providing plant nutrition also, and even soil nutrition also. Now look here, chemical fertilizer. When it is chemical fertilizer, it is only providing nutrition to the plant. It is not providing nutrition to the soil. You can see here, no nutrition to the soil. So which is better? Which is good? Organic fertilizers are good, not chemicals. But nowadays what is happening? Population is increasing. We want increase in the crop production also. You cannot rely on organic, and that's why most of the farmers will use chemical fertilizers. But what happens when you're using a chemical fertilizers? What will happen? It will lower the fertility of the soil. Lowering the fertility of the soil means it will damage the nutrition of the soil. So chemical fertilizers are used, but if it is used excess in more quantity, then it will reduce the fertility of the soil, nutrition content of the soil, and it will also reduce the productivity. Means production of crops will be less. So chemical fertilizers will lower the fertility as well as it will reduce the productivity of the crops. Now what happens? Now see, it is rainy season. You are not watering the plant. It's okay. Why? Because it is getting rainwater. The plants are automatically getting rainwater and they are growing. Okay. But if you rainwater is also provided, and if you are also giving water to the plant, what will happen to that plant? If you are using more water to the plant, what will happen to the plant? It will die. The plant will die. So here also, overwatering makes the land saline. Saline means full of salt. Saline land, only salt, no nutrition in the land. So overwatering makes the land saline. And where this happens, in which areas? Usually where dams are built or near the river banks. Okay, now you know crops are grown, crops production is there, fertilizers are used, but there are diseases which attack the crops. Can you see on the leaves these black dots which have come? These are the diseases which are happening to the crops. See your second slide, pest attack. This is a pest attack. So what is happening to the crops? Diseases and pest attacks can damage the crops. And in the further next session, we have to see this, how to protect the crops from the pest.